Good morning. This is Debbie Royce, Empire State Development's Corporate Secretary. I'd like to welcome everyone to this morning's meeting. And before we formally begin, I would ask that everyone please mute your lines unless you're speaking. We'll begin today by taking a roll call of the directors to ensure that we have a quorum present. On the line, please be so kind as to say present when we call your name. Howard Zemsky.
Present.
Eric Gertler.
Present.
Hilda Rosario Escher.
Present.
Cesar Perales.
Present.
And this morning we have a new designee from the Department of Financial Services joining us, and her name is Linda Sun. Linda?
Present.
Thanks so much and welcome. Howard, you have a quorum now, so you can begin.
Okay, thanks, Debbie. Good morning, everyone. I now call to order the meeting of the directors of the New York State Urban Development Corporation, doing business as Empire State Development for Thursday, July 16th, 2020. Before we get started, I ask everyone to mute their phone until you're ready to speak. I'd like to note for the record that due to public health concerns and as authorized by an executive order of the governor, this meeting will be conducted by teleconference. I'll also note for the record that the public was given the opportunity to comment on the agenda items by submitting their written comments by 4:30 p.m. yesterday. I'd like to state for the record that no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda items. As always, directors have received the written materials in advance and are free to ask questions at any time. At this time, I'll ask the directors whether anyone has any potential conflict of interest with respect to any of the items on the agenda. Okay, hearing none, we'll continue. The first item on today's agenda is the approval of the minutes of the June 25th, 2020 directors meeting. Please state your name before speaking. Are there any questions, comments, additions, or deletions? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Hilda. Second.
Hilda and Eric, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much. The motion carries. We will now move to the reports section of today's meeting, and I'll ask Eric to start things off with his president's report before we begin with today's projects. Eric, thank you in advance.
Great. Well, thank you, Howard, and thank you, Debbie, once again for organizing this teleconference board meeting. Board members, thank you for being in attendance. And during this time, I like to start off by just saying that I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. For this report, what I wanted to do was just give a more macro update on everything going on in the agency and throughout the state. Right now, we have 9 of the state regions that are in Phase 4. New York City remains in Phase 3, and we're hopeful that the city will enter into Phase 4, albeit with some elements changed from other areas next week. And we still have several industries and business categories that require further analysis and investigation. Gyms and fitness clubs and amusement parks and Broadway and casinos, and so we're monitoring all that. And as you know, with reference to my comment about New York City, we still have indoor dining that is not opening. And we know from all of our conversations around the state that business owners and their customers are eager for us to open, but as we've done throughout this process, and with deference to the governor's leadership on this, we're doing so safely, we're doing so responsibly, and we will continue to do that, balancing the health needs and the economic needs of the state. And to that point, yesterday, the governor announced that New York was deemed the most responsible state fighting COVID-19 by an independent insurance group, and so that's, I think, real testament to the way that we as a state under the governor's leadership have managed this whole process responsibly and smartly in balancing the health and the economic needs. So throughout our agency, we've continued to be extremely busy in this process, and I just wanted to recognize some of the hard work that our various departments have been doing. Let me start with the legal department, who continue to work on regulations to address COVID relief issues for businesses that work with ESD, and that's in addition to all the other work that the agency does to provide, the legal department does to provide guidance on essential businesses and working across the agency to support each and every of the departments within ESD. The film office is working with film and production industry to provide guidance on getting films to resume their activities. Pre-production work has been underway in areas upstate. And as for those of you watching late night TV, Jimmy Fallon and Steve Colbert are back in their studios taping nightly shows. The governor was on Jimmy Fallon this week on Monday, and I can assure you I do not expect any invitation to appear on Colbert. But if you saw it, I thought the governor did a great job on Jimmy Fallon, balancing both sort of the seriousness of it and joking about other things. So congratulations to our finance team, who are preparing to close another $2.3 billion of New York State personal income tax bonds. That'll close next Thursday. I know right now Elaine may not be on this call because she's doing the final pricing on the bonding, so that's just amazing. Our small business and technology development group continues to help support small businesses who are the backbone of this economy. They're doing so through many different ways, including the New York Forward Loan Fund, which has had overwhelming demand since we announced that. And then recently, I think earlier this week, we announced the 7 test sites for the Smart Cities Innovation Partnership, which is being managed by NISTAR and the Israeli Innovation Authority. And that completion now means that it's open for private companies to work with these locations to find innovative solutions to challenges encountered by cities. And just to go back, this was part of the announcements that were made when I had the privilege of joining the governor in Israel a year ago. Our real estate team is working through a number of high-profile projects. Javits, we're working through Javits to get that completed next spring in time for the furniture show. We're working on Moynihan Station, to have that completed, hopefully later this year. I know that the team is also working on the draft scope for the Empire Station Complex, and that public scoping meeting is coming this Monday, and as well overseeing the construction at Belmont, and as we hope that the hockey season will start on time for the 2021-22 season. Victoria Theater to complete it next spring, and also working on the National Urban League project. So as you can see, Holly and her team have a lot of projects that they're working on. Our strategic business group continues to work on companies that are looking to retool or scale up to support increased production of critical medical supplies, and helping to ensure that we're ready in the event that there's a second wave this fall, helping to prepare contingency plans. And I can tell you that despite the recession brought on by the pandemic, the group is in serious negotiations with a number of companies in a variety of industries who want to expand in New York and create jobs. So I think it's a testament to the fact that even though we're going through hard times, there are companies around the country that recognize that New York State is still a great place to do business and get the talent that they need. The Division of Minority and Women's Business Development continues its virtual interactive outreach across the state with their annual MWBE Regional Opportunities Expo Series, drawing over 600 participants so far. And the fourth and last expo in the series will be held in the Mohawk region on August 6th. And if you go to the website, there's plenty of materials for MWBE businesses, and the division will continue to hold their meet and greets and are actively planning for the 2020 MWBE Forum later this year. In our regional offices, they continue to be on the front lines, working closely with their counterparts in the regional control rooms. Just some highlights from around the state. It's great to see that, particularly in the Mohawk Valley, that semiconductor manufacturer Cree, which was a big announcement that we made last year, where Howard was in attendance, that construction of its new $1 billion factory is continuing, moving forward at a good pace, and I think that's exciting news for upstate. And just a few personnel announcements. I'm pleased to announce that Felisa Hawkeiser was named as ESD's Director of Compliance, and it's a testament to how she's has served so incredibly capably as special counsel, and we're really quite fortunate that she's agreed to serve on this role, succeeding Benson Martin, who is now special counsel of the Department of Financial Services. And I want to welcome new designee Linda Sun, who represents Linda Lacewell on our board, and special thanks to Shaunak Pensky for his commitment and dedication to ESD. Now, Linda, you should know that and board members will tell you, if you talk to past and current board members, service on ESD's board is a stepping stone to bigger things, and I think Howard can attest to that. So
that's good to know. Thanks.
That said, we do hope you stay for a while, and and then lastly, I know that ESD employees are returning to offices around the state pursuant to guidelines set up and approved by the governor's office. The health and safety of our employees is paramount. We want to make sure that those that return, we're doing so safely, with full recognition that despite the fact that we've had to work remotely throughout the state, our ESD employees have continued to maintain the highest level of work productivity, and I certainly am appreciative for all the work that they have done and continue to do during this crisis as we reopen and rebuild our state's economy. So I will stop there. I will turn it back to Howard, and thank you to everyone.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Eric, for that very robust and interesting report. Thank you for your leadership and for ESD always bringing its A game when the chips are down, and they are down. So thank you for that report and for everyone's great work. We are going to jump into the regional project section and kick it off with Mike Reese and Matt Watson. Have 4 items from the Mohawk Valley region. Mike, if you're on the line, please get started with the Griffiths Airport capital grant.
Good morning, Howard. Good morning, Eric and board members. Yes, I have 3 projects I'm presenting this morning. The first one, directors are being asked to approve a grant of up to $1,400,000 from Round 7 of the Regional Council Capital Fund to Oneida County to be used for a portion of the cost of renovation to hangar space, office space, incubator, and unmanned aerial vehicle operations space. Additionally, construction of a 3-story facade to accommodate new stairways and an elevator providing ADA compliance. Building 100 includes 2 50,000 square foot hangars connected to a center core office facility. Renovations to the center core portion of the building creates an open innovation campus to attract and support a UAS cluster, as well as attracting aeronautical and non-aeronautical businesses supporting the manufacture, maintenance, and repair of manned and unmanned and autonomous aerospace systems and components. Improved space will provide incubator center for UAV and UAS business development, 31,000 square feet of office space, and space for the relocation of the Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Operations Center. Total project cost is $12,800,000. The project is consistent with the Mohawk Valley Regional Council strategy to invest in the development of the UAV and UAS cluster. My second project, the directors are being asked to approve a grant of up to $1,200,000, also from round 7 of the Regional Council Capital Fund, to the Amsterdam Industrial Development Agency on behalf of Valley View Hospitality to be used for a portion of the cost of constructing a new hotel facility. The City of Amsterdam has been without an upscale hotel for the last 4 years, which has made attracting a qualified developer to build a new hotel a high priority for the city. Valley View Hospitality, which already owns and operates a Knights Inn in Amsterdam, was chosen to develop a 67-room, 3-story upscale microtail by Wyndham Flag in Amsterdam. The new hospital will create 14 new jobs. The total project cost is $5,979,000. Project is completed this month, July 2020, and it is consistent with the Regional Council's strategy to promote tourism and downtown revitalization. My last project, I'm asking the directors to approve a grant of up to $1,500,000 from the Regional Council Capital Fund to the Matt Brewing Company of Utica to be used for a portion of the cost of construction and renovations, as well as the purchase of machinery and equipment. The Matt Brewing Company is a family-owned business founded in 1888. The company's primary products are beer and soft drinks, with its primary craft beverages branded as Saranac. Recently, the brewery has added other projects such as hard seltzers and distilled spirit beverages. Matt Brewing also co-packs products for other beverage business, including the Brooklyn Brewing Company. To remain competitive, the company needed to modernize and expand its brewing capacity. The project includes the construction of a new brew house, tank farm, and process building, as well as installing new state-of-the-art brewing equipment, which will allow the company to ultimately double its production. The Matt Brewing Company was also awarded Excelsior tax credits of up to $500,000 to retain 122 full-time employees. The total project cost is $34,500,000. The project was completed in April 2020, and the project is consistent with the Regional Council strategy to grow agribusiness and craft brewing in the Mohawk Valley. I'd be glad to answer any questions you have.
Okay, let's have Matt. Maybe we'll present the fourth item, then we'll circle back and see if there's any questions. Matt, are you on the line?
Good morning, everybody. Appreciate the time today. I'm asking for approval to make a cybersecurity assistance grant in the first quarter of 2020. And I started was granting $990,000 from Department of Defense's Office of Economic Adjustment to help New York State companies meet required cybersecurity standards. Companies must meet these standards in order to be part of the Department of Defense's supply chain at any tier. This is the second award we've won from this office. NYSTAR released an RFP on April 24th with a due date of May 18th for a single award in $900,000 in working capital. The remaining $90,000 is for administrative costs. 4 applications were received. Mohawk Valley Community College, Advanced Institute for Manufacturing was selected on June 17th by a review panel. They will provide cybersecurity assessments, assistance, and determination of compliance to a minimum of 67 companies across all of New York State. Additional workshops and trainings will be held throughout the grant period. Assisting these companies will also help New York State entities maintain current defense contracts and increase sales. Thank you for your consideration.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Do the directors have any questions or comments for Mike or Matt on either of these four projects in the Mohawk Valley?
Mike, it's Eric Earl. I just wanted to clarify on the hotel that you're asking us to approve $5 million for the hotel, or that were the total costs?
The $5.9 million is the total cost of the hotel. Our CFA grant is $1,200,000. Represents about 20% of the project cost.
Perfect. That's what I just wanted to clarify. Okay. I'm good.
Any other questions or comments from directors on either of these 4 projects? Is there a motion to move all 4 items?
I move it, Hilda.
Okay, is there a second? Thank you, Eric. We have no comments from the public on this. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Are there any opposed? Okay, the motion's carry. We have a project from Central New York. Jim Fales on the line. Take it away, Jim.
Good morning. This morning, the directors are being asked to approve a $1.8 million loan on a $17 million project to Knowles of Cazenovia. Knowles is a manufacturer of wireless communication and electronic equipment. This project includes the renovation of their current facility and the installation of new machinery and equipment to expand its production capacity. This project will add 41 new jobs to its current workforce of 284, and they are currently at 316 people, so they are 9 short of their goal, which they anticipate hitting later this year. This was a Round 8 priority project for the Regional Council, and it was completed in April of 2020.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Any questions or comments from directors for Jim Fale on this? We have no comments from the public. Is there a motion to approve this item in Central New York?
Move, Hilda.
Okay, is there a second?
Seconded.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, thanks, Jim. The motion carries. Moving to Long Island, and Kara Longworth. Kara, take it away.
Hi, good morning, Howard. Good morning, directors. We're asking the board to approve a $300,000 grant from the Regional Council Capital Fund to Adelphi University for the construction and purchase of equipment for its Labs for Tomorrow project. The total project cost was $1.8 million and change. The project is complete and the labs are open. This was a Round 7 priority project for the Regional Council, as it supported the strategy of workforce development and preparing the college students for the jobs of the future, specifically in healthcare, life sciences, and technology, which are the region's growing job sectors. Adelphi University is a private university located in Garden City, Nassau County, has a student body of approximately 8,000 students. This project included the constructing and equipping of lab spaces in multiple buildings throughout campus that would enhance Adelphi's science curriculum and give students state-of-the-art research and learning opportunities. The labs will serve about 1,100 students a year, studying in the technology and life science and health fields. And the centerpiece of the project was the build-out of an innovation and emerging technology center within the Swibro Library. This new center and the build-out equipping of additional lab spaces on campus will make hands-on learning experiences and career preparation for the in-demand positions more accessible to students. In addition to the Innovation and Emerging Labs Center, they created a Veteran STEM Career Center that will help veterans receive the career training and learning experiences they need. They also created a Communications Science and Disorder Neuroscience Lab, an Anthropology Forensics Lab, a telemedicine training infrastructure, and a cybersecurity and game development and applied math and equipment lab. As I said, the project is complete and ready for disbursement.
Okay, thanks, Kara. Any questions or comments for Kara on this item? Is there a motion to approve this?
Move, Hilda.
Thanks. Is there a second? Thanks,
Second.
Eric. Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? None. Thanks, Kara.
Thank you.
Okay, next on that's wraps up the regional projects. We have the Restore New York consent calendar and the non-discretionary consent calendar, which will be presented by Simone Bethune. Simone, it's all yours.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Today we are seeking director's approval for 3 Restore New York grants. The first is a Round 5 grant to the Village of Warsaw in the Finger Lakes region for $1 million to demolish and reconstruct a 31,450 square foot new hotel. The project commenced in May 2019 and included the demolition of 31,500 square feet of vacant and blighted buildings at the project site. The village selected Indus Hospitality Group to develop the 2.5-acre site, a 3-story, 67-room microtel inn and suites, which opened in June 2020 at a cost of approximately $6.1 million. The project has advanced the revitalization of downtown Warsaw by creating hospitality jobs and turning a blighted building into a community asset. The second item is a Round 5 grant of $987,000 to the village of Messina in the North Country to rehabilitate a vacant former grain mill into 11,000 square feet of mixed-use space. The project, which is estimated to be complete in September 2021 at a cost of approximately $1.5 million, will create a residential and commercial operation of 2 apartments and a local brewery on the main floor. This project will create economic opportunity for local residents and will contribute to the revitalization of downtown Messina. The third item is a Round 5 grant of $1 million to the city of Hornell in the southern tier to rehabilitate and transform a 20th century historical building in the heart of Hornell into a state-of-the-art multifamily loft-style apartment building with available commercial space. PG Rockland Corporation will transform the current 24,000 square foot main building into 23 market rate apartments. The western building will be converted into 6,000 square feet of commercial space. Project costs are approximately $5 million, and the project is expected to be complete in April 2021. And then I have 2 non-discretionary items. The first is a $500,000 local assistance grant to the Queens Chamber of Commerce for various initiatives within the borough to support small businesses with technical assistance, webinars, and marketing, including COVID reopening and relocation services. Through the initiatives funded by the grant, the Queens Chamber will support more than 300 businesses with information, technical assistance, and/or direct business support services. Funding will be applied to programs running through December 2020. The second and third items are 2 base retention grants of $150,000 and $300,000 to the Saratoga County Foundation for a total award of $450,000 to create a safe and secure facility for recreation, training, drills, classes, and graduations for U.S. Navy sailors and their families.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. The Saratoga Foundation partnered with the U.S. Navy to identify ways to assist this community and to design and build a 7,000 square foot field house on the Saratoga Springs base. The project was complete in December 2019. And that's it.
Okay, thanks, Simone. Any questions for Simone on the Restore New York Communities Capital Grants or any of the non-discretionary consent calendar items?
Simone, it's Eric. I thank you for that update. I have just a quick question. The money that we're giving to, I guess, the Queens Chamber of Commerce, is that money we give directly to them, or is it money that works through some of our, EACs or whatever, to specifically small businesses in Queens?
It will be money directly to the Queens Chamber, and they will be operating, small business training programs with their own staff.
Okay, got it. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions or comments from directors for Simone? Is there a motion to approve all the items presented by Simone?
Move, Hilda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Eric. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Okay, the motion carries. We do not have any other business. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move.
Okay, Hilda, thank you all for joining, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
Bye. Bye.